Hi, welcome back. So today what we are going to do in this sense, we are going to talk about another data type, which is nothing but a list data type. As we have discussed before, list is nothing but a mutable data type, right? So what is list in this sense? List is nothing but a set of values which are being enclosed in a square brackets. What is list? List is nothing but having a set of values which are enclosed in a square brackets separated by commas. Okay. So list as we have seen is nothing but a set of values. So what values can a list contain? A list can contain values of similar data type, or a list can contain values of different data types, or a list can contain nested lists. Okay. So when we are talking about a list, so if you see here as an example, if you see here, this is nothing but a decimal value. This is an integer value. This is a string value. Again, this is a numeric integer value. And again, this is a string value, right? So when we look here, we have multiple data types of values within a list. Okay. Suppose if we want to declare an empty list, okay, so we are just mentioning the variable name and we have mentioned that just an empty square bracket so that you can add the values later. Okay. So you might ask me, how do I access the values of the list? As we have seen in terms of tuple, the values can be indexed making use of in indexing. The values can be retrieved making use of indexing. In the similar case, we can go and retrieve the values of list making use of indexing. Okay. So again, index starts with 0 and this one is 1, this one is 2, right? This is 2. So on 3, 4 and 5. This is how we are going to index the values. So what is happening? So mixed list of 0 will return me 1.13 and mixed list of 3 will return me data and a list. The mixed list of 4 will be retrieving 100, right? So this is how we are going to provide, we are going to retrieve the list of the values from a list. Okay. So there are two things which we have to know. Actually, this thing is also applicable for both list and tuples. Suppose if you are trying to take any variable, let's say I'm trying to take a variable A, and you are trying to mention some value which is out of index. Suppose let's say this is a variable A. Instead of mixed list, I take this as a variable A. Okay. So A of 6, if I mention A of 6, we don't have any value with this index 6. So we don't have any values with index 6. So what is happening in such cases? It is going to give me an index out of range error. So what does it do? This will give me an error, index out of range error, since we don't have any value with range 6, with index 6. Similar case, suppose let's say this is A, okay, and suppose let's say we have something called something like, if I'm trying to index the value, so let's say I have taken 5, but here the indexing mechanism, if I try to give in the form of a float value, okay, index value, if I try to give it in the form of a float value, this is A of 5.0. This value, if I try to index with 5.0, this will give me a type error. Okay. So this is how we shouldn't never give index out of box, or we shouldn't mention the index in a float way, in a decimal way. Okay. So this is what we should keep on restricting. Okay, we should keep on restricting, and also we should also know there are certain operations on top of list which are there, which we should be knowing now. Okay, so as the list data type, we need to keep on adding values. We can keep on removing values. We can we can remove the items based on the item, or we can remove the items based on the indexing also. Okay, if we take the first operation, what we are doing, if we take the first operation, what is happening is remove. What is remove doing in the sense, if you mention an item, suppose let's say my list is having a value called 4. Okay, remove 4. Okay, if I say remove of 4, will remove that particular value from the list. Remove 4 will remove that particular value from the list. Okay, similarly, if you want to do it, if you want to remove an item, making use of an indexing mechanism, we normally go with pop. If we are going to remove an item, making use of indexing, we go with this pop function. Okay, suppose my number, one of the value is 3 and it is in index 0. Okay, let's say I have some list of values which is nothing but 1. Okay, and I have somewhere around, let's say it is 10. Okay, and I have somewhere around 20 value. Okay, so when I have this particular value, when I have this value, so what is happening in this? Let's say this is A is equal to, this is a list value. Okay, when I have a variable with this list of values, if I want to remove this particular 20 value, so what I do, I say a dot list dot pop of index 2. Pop of index 2. So when I say a dot pop of index 2, this value will be removed from the given index. Okay. So if you are not mentioning any index in the pop function, this will remove the last element. Even if since I was talking about the last one, that's the reason I mentioned 2. If I don't mention anything, in the pop function, then it removes the last element. Okay, this removes the last element. And also if you want to remove all the elements, suppose if you want to remove all the elements within the list, just say a dot clear. Okay, just say a dot clear, which will remove all the elements from the list. Okay, so this is how we are going to use certain functions. These are very few functions which I want to show you theoretically. But now what we will do in the sense, we will try to look at some of the functions that are already available as part of the list. Before that, let us see how to declare a list value and how to index the values from the list. Okay, so here comes the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so if you see here, this is empty list. Whatever we have provided here is an empty list. Okay, I have a list 1 which contains all the strings. 1, 2, 3, 4 contains all the strings. I have list 2 which contains integers. I have list 3 which is having nested list. This is one list. This is another list which is there within the list. These are called nested lists. And again, this is another variable which is holding combination of data types. This is a numeric value, string value, numeric value, and a decimal value or a float data type. Okay, so this is how I was just trying to print the last one. Okay, I was just trying to print the last one. Okay, suppose if I want to find out, how many values are there in the list. Okay, if I want to find out how many values are there in the list, what we do in the sense, we mention the list name. Okay, here we have a list. Okay, we have the variable name and the set of values. So if I want to know how many values are there in the list, just mention length of the variable name, which will give you the number of values within this particular list. Okay, so when I execute this part, so if you see when I execute this part, if you see the total number of values are 4. The total number of values are 4. Okay, So this is nothing but one way of finding the number of values. Also, I told you list can have multiple functions, and as part of the function, suppose let's say I'm going to append another value on top of these 4 values. Okay, I want to append or add another value as apart from these 4 values. Okay, so what am I going? Initially, I'm going to declare 4 values. Okay, this is a variable which I already have 4 values. Okay, so list dot append, okay, list dot this variable name dot append and provide the value which you want to append to. Okay, provide the name which you want to append to. So what will happen in this case? This value will get appended over at the end. So when you try to print, see here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any value you try to append over here will be added at the last. Okay, so I'm just executing this. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have the value of 5 appended. You see the value of 5 is being appended. Okay, if I want to do the same thing, like I want to append 6. Okay, so what am I going to do? Here I'm going to say 6 value. See how it works. Okay, first I appended 5, next I appended 6. So 6 got appended at the last. This is nothing but the append function. Okay. Now we have seen how to find out the number of values within the list variable, how to add the values to the list variable. Similarly, we will see an insert function. What is the purpose of insert function in the sense? If I want to insert a value at a specific location, if I want to insert a value at a specific location, then I go with this insert function. Okay, so let's say this one. Let's see this one. So here I have a list variable which contains 1, 2, and 4. Okay, now I want to append. Okay, I want to append a value which is at this particular place. I want to append a value at this particular location. What is the indexing? Indexing starts with 0 and the indexing is 1. So I want to append it at the second place, at the second index. So the variable name dot insert function, okay, variable name dot insert function, and provide the index value where what value you want to append. Once again, we are going to look at, so this one is first variable name dot insert function, and apart from that, you're going to mention the index where you want to append it, and you provide the value which you want to append. Okay, now let's see what I'm doing. I'm going to print here. Okay, let's see. Here I'm printing. You see here 1, 2, and 3 got appended at the second location, and later 4. This is how we are going to get the this is how we are going to insert the value at a specific location within a list. Okay, so now coming back to the remove, but before going to the remove, just try to practice these things. Okay, just practice these things, whatever we have seen till now, by taking your own values. Try to practice, and the remaining rest of the all the other functions of the list I'm going to tell you in the next video. Thank you.